Hey, folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. This video for Tuesday, March 13th, 2012 is sponsored by Realtic. All right, let's get right into it, folks. The Federal Reserve has just announced their FOMC policy statement, and again, for the most part, they were very dovish to the markets. They continue to see interest rates remaining super low through 2014. And again, the market is liking the thought of that. And again, there was a lot of thought as the economic activity has picked up here in the U.S. that maybe they would be jumping the gun and raising interest rates. It does not look to be the case. And the markets, again, are responding today. You can see really after the announcement right here, and this is the current candle. We just got it at 2:15, literally 3-4 minutes ago at this point in time. You can see a little bit of a downdraft, a little bit of an updraft, really a neutral type action. The markets, again, remain strongly higher today. Dow is up 118, NASDAQ's up 32, S&P's up 12 points on the day. Now, what are we looking at here? Well, first of all, you have the Dow back above 13,000, NASDAQ above 3,000. Markets are looking very, very strong today, although volume is minimal. We've done 83.5 million today, and that's including the candle here with the Federal Reserve coming out as we approach the 2:30 time frame. But bottom line is this: the markets are strong today. They continue to go up on light volume as the dollar fades off its highs. And again, today the dollar had a huge gap up, but as soon as the market opened, the dollar just faded right back down. Take a look at the UUP on an intraday chart. So again, notice the gap up and the fade. And as soon as the market faded here, that's where the markets just took off to the upside. If I flip back to the SPY intraday chart, look at that move up. And then once the dollar is kind of topped out here, or bottomed out, I should say, the market's topped out. Now, good little pop resulting from the Federal Reserve announcement, which was, again, a little bit more dovish than people had worried it might be. And again, the question is, do we take out this pivot high? You're going to have on an intraday basis a little bit of resistance at this double top, but it could easily blow through that level. At the same time, keep an eye on this 20 moving average. Should the markets get below that on a closing basis here on the intraday SPY 10-minute, you could see very dramatic sell-off. We're in that period of the market coming off of a Fed statement where you just are not necessarily 100% sure which way the market's going to go. And right now it's trending up, which again is a positive for the market to continue to grow higher. And again, that's something I've been kind of struggling with today. I know my members out there have continued to ask me, are you shorting, are you shorting, are you shorting? And I kept on saying, we got to be patient here. The Federal Reserve notoriously has been dovish to the markets, meaning they're going to try their hardest to make sure everyone remains long the markets, and everyone that's in the market is wanting to buy it. The amateurs are coming in with their money, and ultimately that's why I stayed out and didn't short anything today. And obviously that's paying dividends as we just made new highs on this market. Now I will be looking for shorts at key levels, but again, we have to be patient. Slow and steady wins the race here, and patience is part of the key discipline that makes any trader a good trader. Interestingly enough, the dollar, which had been spiking on the Fed statement, is now coming down. Take a look at your intraday dollar. You had that green candle and now a reversal candle back down, and that's what's causing this market to pop beautifully. Lots of fun stuff going on here now that we have the Fed statement out. The spiders again piercing the double top, a little bit of resistance. Notice it's pulling back right there. That's classic double top resistance. Now again, interestingly enough, you could make a case that the markets with a close above 13,000, 3,000 on the NASDAQ could continue to see highs. And it's very possible we see another gap up tomorrow, frankly. I think that is a good possibility, but tomorrow's Whipsaw Wednesday, and we'll see how we end the day tomorrow. I think we're on the last legs here in the market. Again, that's something that I've discussed with Chief Market Strategist Nick Santiago as well, and we're in line with thinking this is the last and final burst of this market. The question is, how high does it take us on this last and final burst? All right, but again, beautiful little uptick here. Gotta love it, folks. And again, as the markets continue to do their thing and continue to spike higher, we have to just be aware that we are closing in on the end. And now the question remains, what are you looking to sell? What are you looking to short? What positions are you looking to get into for the next move in this market? And I'll be continuing to release as I see them, assuming we see what I'm seeing here, and it looks promising. I will be continuing to look to pick up some shorts over the next 24 hours and position myself for what I think will be a beautiful sell-off in the coming, really, weeks of this market to months. Okay? All right, let's go over a couple other things. What's moving today? Apple, AAPL, guys. What a pop on Apple here. Up another $12 on the day. It's about 50 cents off the highs of the day right now. You can see it just made a new high, trading at 564. $5.64 per share, up another $12 today. Remember, the Nasdaq makes up 20% of the Qs and a large portion of the S&P 500. Therefore, if Apple's up, the rule of thumb is the market should be up as well, and that's exactly what it is today. And again, Dow is now up 134 points, Nasdaq up 35, S&P's up about 13 as the markets continue to propel themselves higher here. And let's go back to the SPY. Keep an eye on this as we do have some action. Notice the double top, which I just put in that trend line at, is finding a little bit of resistance. But the more you hammer on this level, it is possible we could see a pop through that. I'm also watching to see if the candle closes and if we get a topping tail here, which will be a reversal signal. Off of a Fed move, especially the first 30 minutes, 20 minutes after a Fed decision, which again we just got 15 minutes ago. You usually get a move one way and then a possible reversal the other way. We'll see if that comes into play here. I'm looking for the signal of it before I would do anything. Now, if we got a topping tail here, yeah, I'd be tempted, but right now it's not a topping tail. It would have to close in the lower 25% of the candle, which again we'd have to see a close probably in the 138.75ish 80 level to have that topping tail in play. All right, doesn't look like it's going to do it thus far as we have about 6 minutes remaining in this 10-minute candle. All right, let's go over some other charts out there. Amazon, AMZN is down 37 cents, so Amazon is not participating. The one interesting thing on Amazon here is you're still trending inside of that triangle pattern. This is a triangle pattern I've actually talked about quite often. Let me just get the right drawing tool out. And if we put this chart in place, there's your trend line there, and again, you can make your case of your trend line right here. And I didn't draw that exactly on there. Let's do it as accurately as possible. And notice how you're just consolidating in between here. Now, ultimately, this will break one way or the other. Whichever way it breaks, you're going to actually have a pretty good move. So keep an eye on that very, very closely, in my opinion there. All right. What else do we have? Goldman Sachs is trading up about $3.88. Great move on Goldman after a little bullish consolidation. A lot of people would say this was bearish because of this down move and then up move. But believe it or not, if you look at the micro move on here, it's actually bullish. Up move and bullish consolidation on top of the 20. There's your bullish consolidation. There's your rebound. That's why a lot of people don't know how to use bull and bear flags correctly. And I have to say, you have to understand that. It's extremely important to understand that. That will make you a winning trader if you really can see and pinpoint the levels correctly. Looks like the spiders again have pulled back decently. We are coming back in here a little bit more. You could make a case now. We do have a little bit of a topping tail here if it closes. Let's keep our eye on this. Again, I'm going to watch very closely as well and see exactly what's going on. Markets again having a nice little pop, although it's fading a little bit off of the Federal Reserve. And again, keeping me very active as I'm watching for possible trade setups here while I'm doing this video. It's a little tough, I must admit. JP Morgan is trading up 87 cents, just made a new high just like the markets, but is pulling back as well. Taking a look at some other stocks, Exxon is up 90 cents. Wright made a new high and is also pulling back. Notice how a lot of these charts are making these new pivot highs and then reversing just a little bit. Apple again now is pulling back just a little bit more after making that high. I will continue to watch it myself. All right, folks, honestly, I got to get back to trading here. I got to be looking for some setups and possible swing trades and day trades here. So I'm going to cut this video a little bit short. Come join the Intraday Stock Chat Research Center at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Again, Research Center is geared towards swing traders. Intraday Stock Chat is geared towards day traders. I will talk to you all soon. Take care.